I was sexually abused between the age of 9 and 12, and I use my voice to talk about things that people don't want to hear or talk about, to raise awareness and to make others feel less alone. And the one thing I really want to talk about today is going to make people feel uncomfortable, but that is hypersexuality after abuse. Because not everyone reacts to trauma by avoiding sex, and some of us go complete opposite way, myself included. And I think part of the confusion is that when people think about abuse or rape, they think about violence, anger, force, which obviously in some cases it is. But when it comes to specifically long-term child sexual abuse, it's not always like that. It is calm, it's controlled, it's manipulative, it's over a certain period of time. So you don't always grow up hating sex, and that can really mess with your head. For a long time, I thought something that was seriously wrong with me. I used to think, oh, why am I enjoying this? Why am I liking this when something so awful happened to me? But there is actually a psychology that comes into this. And your brain is trying to cope with trauma that it didn't get to process at the time. And there is something called trauma reenactment. And this is when your brain unconsciously recreates similar dynamics. So not because you want to go back to the trauma again, but because you're trying to gain control over it. You're trying to change the outcome. You're trying to feel in charge this time. And then there's also dopamine. So sex releases dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical. So when you are carrying around pain, confusion, numbness, your brain learns that this makes me feel something. This makes me feel good, even if it doesn't last very long. So hypersexuality can look like a lot of things, but mostly seeking validation, wanting control over your body, replaying dynamics your brain is still trying to understand and process, or just trying to feel something instead of nothing and to feel that void of numbness. And with this, there comes so much shame. That voice that says, what's wrong with me? I shouldn't be like this. And specifically personally to myself, I used to think, God, I'm such a slut. Like, what is going on? What's wrong? But there is nothing wrong with you. This isn't who you are. It's your brain has learned how to survive. And now I understand it. I'm starting to take my power back. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And that is what you can do too. And if this resonates with you, just know that you're not alone. And what happened to you doesn't define your actions. There's a reason why you have done all of this. And just know that I'm walking by your side and you have a friend and I get it. So yeah, I hope this helps.